How's it going, fellow reefers? As always, God bless you and thank you for being here. I'm Gage and this is Candy Coral Aquatics. If you're new to this channel, please seriously consider about subscribing and hitting that notification bell. This is where I talk about all things reefing, but more importantly, this is where I share the information that I've gathered with you guys on my own personal tank to help you become better hobbyists in this hobby that we call reefing. If you've been here before, you know I don't hold secrets and I give it to you guys straight because I believe everybody should have a beautiful reef tank. So today we're going to be discussing the physical differences as well as the care requirements between alveopora and goniopora. So you want a flower pot coral, but you've heard some things. You've heard that they're hard to take care of, they don't have a good survivability rate, and they darn near are just impossible to keep. Well, what I want you guys to do is forget everything that you know about flower pot coral because I'm going to re-educate you. So alveopora and goniopora, while different, they are the same. And let's kind of describe the physical differences first, and then we'll talk about the care requirements. So how can you physically tell the difference between the two? Everybody calls them flower pot coral, but there is a physical difference. If you look at the end of each polyp, there is a certain number of tentacles. So let's take one of these little flower-shaped polyps here and let's count the number of tentacles. If you were to count mine, you would see that there's 12 tentacles on the end of each polyp. That makes this an alveopora. Goniopora are going to have 24 tentacles on the end of each polyp. And boom, just like that, you're now certified to know the difference between alveopora and goniopora. So let's talk about the care requirements. Well, it gets even easier. There are no differences in care requirements. Both corals require moderate to high lighting, moderate flow, and both need to have supplementation of both food and essential amino acids, carbohydrates, and fatty acids. So let's talk about how we're going to achieve this. If you want the best out of your flower pot coral and you really want it to survive and thrive and grow like mine is here, then what you need to do is you need to offer it supplementation. These are a coral that absolutely benefit, and I'm going to say is a must for you to be feeding and dosing nutrients to the tank. So what kind of things should we be doing? Well, we should be feeding some type of fine particulate matter that the coral can very easily filter feed out. You guys know I like reefroids. I also dose aquavitro fuel and acro power. So acro power, aquavitro fuel, and reefroids, those are the three things that I add to my tank. When I picked this coral up, it was very small, and you can now see it's very big and bushy, and there's a bunch of new polyps coming in. So obviously this coral is growing and thriving and is very happy. So remember, moderate to high lighting, moderate water flow. This coral has to have good water flow. You want to see it swaying around. You want that exchange of flow. And we're actually going to be doing a video specifically on flow here shortly because flow truly is one of the most important things in your reef tank. But this coral in particular needs to have a lot of flow so that way the oxygen exchange between it and its surroundings is great, and that way it's actually being able to pick up these nutrients that we're dosing to the tank. And you should be spot feeding it with something like reefroids or whatever type of food, fine particulate matter that you like to use. So feed it, give it lots of flow, give it lots of light, and you guys are going to have a very beautiful and bright alveopora or goniopora. Until next time, guys, take care, God bless, and we'll see you next time.